Good morning and welcome to a beautiful morning here in Sumatra. When I went for my bike ride, it was yesterday, I went up to look at that waterfall, the Indah Walet. This was the kind of day that I was hoping for. Absolutely stunning. It's actually about 9 o'clock in the morning right now, so the day is starting to heat up. But starting from like 7:30, it's been nothing but blue skies like this. A little bit of clouds up there, but I mean, I think if we look in this direction, you can just see how clear the skies are right now off in that direction. 'Cause that's where I went cycling. That's the road that goes up to the waterfall that I went to and the lookout point. Man, what a gorgeous day. And it's fitting because this is probably my last day here. My visa for Indonesia is quickly expiring. I only have a few days left. And I have to get down from here and back to the coast where I can hop on a ferry back to Malaysia. So I'll be leaving here tomorrow morning. And the one area that I really haven't looked at all is this area across the river. So this is where we've got the hand-powered trolley running on a cable. And every time I get up high, I look over there and there seems to be something going on. I mean, you've got all these, like every morning I see all these motorcycles here, scooters, motorcycles. There's 2 here, 3 of them over there. So men come here early in the morning, go across to the other side, and they're out there working. So I assume there's oil palm, rubber, who knows what's out there. And I think there might even be a road of some kind that they've cut. But anyway, you can see that cliff over there. Basically, I just want to go across on the trolley and just go for a walk out in that direction, just see what's over there. This cat is actually every night sits outside my hotel room. Oh, it's running away already. I've made friends with that cat enough to the point that when it sits right outside my door, I can open my door and walk past it if I move slowly and I don't disturb it. But I thought we were friends enough that it would let me get close, but no. Out here in unfamiliar territory, it just runs away as soon as it sees a human being approaching. But yeah, so anyway, one advantage to going across the river to check out that side is I get to ride on the trolley again. Yeah, that is very cool. Yeah, I saw that hill from my room, from my balcony. There's like a bulge there. It'd be crazy to get up there, but there's probably no way. I don't think there's a trail up there. But yeah, I just want to see what is over there. And that's going to be my last small adventure for this part of Sumatra. I hear a lot of gibbons. So if I can actually see a gibbon over there this morning, that would be very cool. Hopefully I can take my time with this operation and go across slowly, get a little bit more video of this experience. And because yeah, if somebody else shows up and they need the trolley, they're usually moving fast and they're just gonna zip it back and forth. But there we go. And the other day, I saw this stick and I thought it was some kind of a brake, but it was attached to a rope, but it's not on a rope anymore. So anyway, yeah, I gotta get onto this thing. As soon as you let go of it, zoom, it goes like a roller coaster. There we go. Yeah, it's quite something when this thing starts moving, and then you've got to pull yourself across on this rope. Man, oh, my knapsack is caught. So there's the view ahead of me. And I looked at the video from the first time I went across, and the height didn't really come across on the video. But when you're sitting here looking around and looking down, I mean, we are so high. And of course this cart is very, very unstable, having only one pulley up here at the top. So it jiggles a lot. And if I have enough time, I'm just going to see if I can deploy my 360 camera just for a minute. Oh, this is feels so precarious, I can't tell you. You really want to be holding on. Okay, there we go. It's the longest selfie stick I have, but maybe maybe off here to the left. So there's the view from the 360 camera. I have no idea what it looks like, or yeah, this could be wild. Raise it up above me. Whew. Unfortunately, using one hand to hold the camera, one hand to hold on, I can't pull myself across. It would be fun to get the motion. There's the trolley from the side, full 360 view. Yeah, I hear gibbons everywhere, all around me on both sides, but they're very hard to find, to see them. All right, so time to pull myself across the rest of the way. Yeah, it feels like you could easily lose your balance up here if it starts rocking. So let's let's move along. We made it across safely. Actually, I just realized I have to do this again on the way back. Couple of pulls at the very end. When I was here last time, there's a man here who sort of gave me a tip on how to get in and out. You grab this cable and this rope at the same time, and then somehow you get out. Or maybe I have to get out the other side. This is, yeah, I guess you do this a few times and you work out a technique. There we are, I made it. Yeah, it was good timing. Nobody else showed up that needed it, so I didn't feel like I was in too much of a rush. Whew. Yeah, what an experience that is. I can hear all the gibbons on the other side right now, back where I came from. But yeah, they could be so far away. Some telltale signs of oil palm. There's one of the fruitlets, and there's a whole bunch of them here. So, and there is a motorcycle on this side. This is the sort of rig that they use, this homemade rack with a homemade netting made out of rope, and that's where they pile in all the heavy oil palm. And I guess this motorcycle, they somehow got it across, stripped it down, made it as lightweight as possible, maybe. But yeah, these are such incredible beasts. As long as the engine keeps running, they don't really need much more. Maybe a little bit of brakes. And yeah, there's no real seat left anymore. Looks like they do some lumber work here as well. This is clearly where they set up some logs and cut planks out of them and then carry the planks across to the other side. I think this tarp will be covering up a big pile of cut wood. It's a pretty heavily worn trail, so very common for workers to come back here and go to work. Oil palm, of course. It's nice to get a different perspective. You can't really see it yet, but that's where my hotel is, the blue building right through the trees. But just to see my side of the river from over here. And there's the road going down. And yeah, so the other day I went for a hike, and from here I can see what a climb it was. It looks like a much bigger climb. There's a trail that switchbacks all the way up here to the top and then over. And it looks a lot higher from here than it did when I was across the river. Beautiful. Stunning area, really stunning. So this is the area that I saw from across the river that looks stripped. Hey! Come here. Come on. Hey, hey, hello. And then they went from savage barking. Come here. Come here. Come here. Hello. 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 Aren't you cutie pies? Hey. This white one is greedy for attention. Hello. Oh, aren't you cute puppies? Aren't you cutie pies? Hey. I guess these are the brave puppies. There's one more over there, kind of held back. Let's see what happens as I start to stand up. Do I get attacked? Hello. Hello. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. Let's go. Nice and gentle. Yeah, the little one ran away. So yeah, there's a little house here. Just the workers can stay here at night. I don't know if anyone lives here permanently. I don't think so. This would just be a workhouse. Oh yeah, some wood, some planks that they've been cutting. All right, and there's a trail. I somehow thought there'd be an automatic trail just going up into the hills. Hey. But the only trail I see is heading off in this direction. So let's continue this way. We've entered into a rubber plantation. Yeah, I think rain would be a big problem. Well, I don't know. Like you can see, these containers are filled with rainwater, but I guess the rubber is heavier. So even if it's filled with water, maybe the rubber drips in, sinks to the bottom, so the rubber still keeps collecting and then pushes all the water out eventually. That would make sense, I think. Yeah, these ones aren't. They don't look like they're being as carefully maintained as the other ones that I saw. So it looks like the rubber has solidified here and is preventing the flow. Yeah, I think they have to come out here all the time and take their knife and scrape along there to clear it out to get the rubber flowing again. So it's very labor-intensive work. Okay. My two puppies come along a little ways anyway. And according to some people I talked to, these are the new hydro wires, the electricity lines for the new dam. And maybe that's why this whole area was cleared of the trees, to make a path for these hydro towers. Yeah. The trail is starting to climb up into the hills a little bit. I saw my first snake up here. No way I could get it on video though. It was just way too fast. I saw it on the left side of the trail, and I saw the grass moving and just like whip-like fast, just like went across the trail and into the grass on the other side. Small one, like a very thin snake, but really, really fast. Hardly got a look at it at all. It's another structure here for storing wood, covering up a motorcycle, and I guess probably shelter from the sun to take a lunch break, stuff like that. You can see the motorcycle tracks in the mud here. Like right here, need a lot of power to get up this steep incline. On the other side of the river, they put concrete down to make it easier, but yeah, it'd be a lot of work to get concrete, to get cement and gravel over here. Oh, there's a little waterfall over there. Can't see that one from the road. It's hidden, you only get to see it from up here. It's a much bigger area over here than I thought it would be for oil palm. It's just going back quite a long distance. At least at my slow hiking pace, it feels like a long distance, but yeah, there's another whole field of oil palm. Makes me wonder how much clearing they had to do. Like, I assume this whole area was covered in other trees. So were they all cut down and turned into lumber, and then they planted the oil palm afterwards? Of course, I have to wonder about the ownership of the land. Who owns it? Therefore, who owns these trees? Are the men who come out here owners, or just day laborers? Get paid for a certain amount of oil palm fruit that they harvest? I have no idea. Quite a dramatic cliff up there. I just spotted a motorcycle here, and I hear one up there. So this is where some of the workers came today. They probably have, I guess, 2 motorcycles each. Like one they ride to the trolley, and then they cross the river and get on their other motorcycle, like one like this. That's pretty crazy. Even the frame has been welded with this rebar. Oh, selamat pagi. So that must be Mom. Hi, Mom. Well, the puppies that I just saw. Oh, hey there. There goes another one. Hi. Did you want to say hi to me or go run after your mom? Hey, come here. Come here. Oh, come here. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come here. Yeah. Very shy, very nervous. Better keep an eye open for Mom. She might come charging back, wondering what happened to her puppy. Hey? Hi there. Hey there. Hiding between my legs. Hey. Now you know how to get back home, right? All by yourself? You know how to follow that trail? I'm sure you do. You're a smart puppy, aren't you? I'm gonna get up. There you go. All right. Yeah. Chainsaw over there. Oh, I could just hear the tree go down. It just fell. Another real workhorse of a motorcycle. And here they actually have some seedlings to plant, but I don't know what kind of trees they are. Well, it's got this style of leaf. Hey. Hello. Yeah, this puppy's been following me ever since I kind of made friends with it. But I'm pretty sure it knows these trails very, very well. It knows how to get home, even without its mother, I'm pretty sure. If not, well, it'll follow me back down, won't you? The sprockets are exposed here, and you can really see the kind of torque that they have, right? Check that out. How small that front sprocket is. It's tiny. How many teeth? 1, 2, 3, I don't know, 12 teeth? On my bike, which has pretty good torque, it has 22 teeth, I think. And then look at the size of the back sprocket. So the combination of that huge one on the back and this tiny one, that gives you a lot of torque. A lot more than my bicycle has. Yeah, real camp here. Any pot that looks that black, you know it's been sitting over a campfire a lot. All the carbon builds up. Little fish pond. Yeah, this probably has gas for the chainsaw, I'm assuming. So let's keep an eye out for these leaves. Match them up with a tree. Because they're not these ones. Some kind of a fruit tree. I always forget the name of those. Oh, those are oranges. The local orange, they call them. There's another house or building right up there. Steep climb to get up there. Imagine if this was your work environment. I've had a few construction jobs in my life and like tree planting in Canada, things like that. And it has a very different feeling when you are sort of on your own way out somewhere like this and you're just working, you know? There's the puppy. So yeah, this guy's out here all day long on his own, working. Check this out. A rope. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a rope that goes all the way up there to that cliff, the base of that cliff, and comes down here. And it's tied off on this oil palm trunk down here. I think it's oil palm. So they must use it for transporting something up and down, or maybe at least just down. That would be a lot of work to pull something up a rope like that. But maybe they can hook things on there on a pulley and it just slingshots down, you know, just slides all the way down. So that might be where I'll try to climb to today. We'll see if the trail gets me up there easily. That looks like it might be a natural goal for my little hike this morning. See if I can get up there. I'm very curious what's going on. So far, no luck. I haven't found a natural trail heading up there. There's the rope over there. And it turns out the puppy might actually live up here. So basically, I brought it back home. That's probably Dad over there, that brown, larger dog there. So I guess the puppy was following Mom when they went downhill. And just basically found me more interesting for a moment, followed me, and came back to Dad and back to its home. Yeah, I'm assuming that's Dad there, male dog. But yeah, it's been very friendly, hasn't been barking at me at all. House, a couple of children up here. And I'm not sure, but my little guide here, I'm trying to find out whether I should go this way or around this way, and he says up there it's bagus, which means good, so I am going to follow his instructions, and I think he said I could go up this way, so I'm going to give that a try anyway, if there's any kind of a trail here. We'll see. It's pretty steep. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see a trail anywhere. There's a house right there, has a canvas rooftop. The chainsaw is from over on that side. There's a ravine here. That'd be pretty rough to go down into that ravine and up the other side. Maybe there's another way of getting to that side. But yeah, this isn't really a trail, it's just an open field. But maybe if I keep climbing, I can come across, I'll stumble across the trail that I'm supposed to be on. There's some adult voices here. The children were calling out to somebody saying, you know, boule, there's a boule here. But I don't know where the voices were coming from. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep climbing up here and sort of see what happens. Slowly, emphasis on slowly. Making my way up there, and I saw a woman up here just on the other side, probably the mother of these children, working in the field. I have no idea what they're doing here, what they're planting, of course, but gorgeous view from up here. The higher you get, of course, the more beautiful it becomes. And yeah, I'm just trying to get higher up. As high as I can reasonably get. Looks like they had either set a fire or they had a fire here, burning up the field. But I have no idea what this rope could be for. So I made it up to where this woman is collecting some crop, and yeah, little green peppers. She called them jabe, something like that. And yeah, And then you can see she's got a whole bag of them down there, red and green peppers, basically. But I don't know whether they were planted here or whether they just grow here naturally. But yeah, here's another, yeah, peppers, oh, this whole field. So I'm assuming, yeah, they were planted here. I never even noticed as I was coming up the hillside. But this whole hillside might be covered in these pepper plants. So I just have a little bit farther I want to go, maybe just as high as that blue barrel. We'll see whether I can even make it. It's so steep, I just slide backwards as I try to go up. I don't know how I'm going to get back down. If I could ride down that rope, that would be handy. I made it up here to the blue barrel. And not surprisingly, it's a water barrel, so it's full of water. But I have no idea how the barrel fills up or what they use it for. I don't imagine it's drinking water. It's looking a little bit green for that. But man, look how steep that hillside is. I figure there must be an easier way to go down. I'm not sure. But yeah, there's a man over here also working. They want to ask me questions about who I am and what I'm doing here. All I can basically tell them is I'm from Canada and I'm a tourist taking pictures and video. And they wanted to know where I was staying, Tinggal. So I told them, yeah, they know the hotel where I'm staying at night. But yeah, from here, the whole hillside is burned. And I think this man was telling me I need to go all the way to the top. He was making like muscle gestures with his arms, you know, like muscle man. Yeah, you can do it. You're strong enough. But looking at that, I don't think so. There's probably no easy way to get up there. I have no idea. If there was an easy trail, I'd follow it, but through this bush. No, this is crazy. Yeah, it looks like it's ripe for a landslide, to be honest, with all these trees being cut down. Like all the soil will be loosened up in a heavy rain. I can see this whole hillside going down. Seriously. Once you remove the trees and the roots rot away, yeah, the whole mountain basically could come sliding down. Maybe it did already. That could be what's been happening here. All these ravines and things could be just the result of landslides. I decided to keep going up just a little bit more. There's the blue water barrel. Pretty steep right through here, but right now it's sort of flattened out a little bit easier climbing. And yeah, there's a flat part up here. Yeah, I have to grab hold of these stumps and sticks and branches in order to pull myself up. Without them, like this one right here, I just sort of go sliding all the way back down. So this looks like, yeah, the end of the cultivated area where they've been working. And on this side, yeah, it goes down into this ravine. I can hear water running, so there'd be a stream in here, a little waterfall going all the way through here. And it looks like they're replanting trees up here, which if they manage to plant enough of them and get them growing, I guess that would help prevent landslides. What a scene. So I guess I've come this far. I've got to go the rest of the way, right? At least to the base of the cliff. But we'll see. Maybe, I don't know, maybe at the base of the cliff, it looks like maybe there's an angle there. Maybe there's a pathway that actually does go up to the top. I've got lots of time. May not have the leg power, but I've got enough time, so at least I can check it out. Just gorgeous up here. Almost at the base of the cliff. And I think I picked the hardest way to get up here. I'm noticing I'm actually above the beginning of the rope there. So I think this would have been a better way to go. I came straight up here because, yeah, I came by that blue water drum and then up here, and then this is the only way to get up here. That was extremely steep. Hands and knees, and then all the wood here is burned. So, but I think going down that way would be very touch and go. So I think after I make it up this last section, yeah, then I'll just come down here to the rope, and then, yeah, this looks like a much wiser way. And then from here, cross over to the barrel and then down. Yeah, I picked the most difficult way to get up, which is my normal way of doing things, I guess. Wow. As I said the other day, that's where I went hiking on the other side of the river. I don't know how far I went based on what I can see. But there's the road down there. You can just make out the road, a little motorcycle moving along. You can just see the blue roof of my hotel just peeking through the trees. All right. Yeah, a lot of rock slides here, right? Those rocks clearly sheared off of there. I wonder how long ago that happened. But yeah, I don't think I'll be going up there. This is enough of a challenge for me. So right here, I think, is as far as one can reasonably go. I thought maybe there would be a trail, like a series of switchbacks going off in that, but that's a sheer cliff right over there. There's no way to go in that direction. So unless you really wanted to be Spider-Man, you're not getting up there. If your life depended on it, maybe you could do it. Being chased by a grizzly, you'll find a way up there, but short of that, I think this is where the trail ends for me. Just going to head back down this burnt out slope. You can see all these trees were cut, chainsawed. You can see the tops of them flat and smooth there and there, there. All of these have been deliberately cut down. Not entirely sure why, because as far as I can tell, the trees are still up here. Like this one is right down there, and there's a big log here and here. This one is still there. These ones are still here. So all these ones that were cut down, they're all still lying on the hillside. So I don't know why they were cut. Maybe long-term plan to turn this hillside into a farming area as well, but I don't really know. Seems like pretty steep, pretty rugged terrain. Well, time to work my way down to where the rope begins. Maybe there's a pulley there and I can swing, I can slide all the way to the bottom. What do you call that? My brain doesn't work sometimes these days when it comes to vocabulary. It's like a zip line. Yeah, a zip line down to the bottom, but no, that's way too steep for a zip line. You'd be doing 100 miles an hour by the time you got to the bottom. Yeah, this is definitely the easier way to go. This is the way that I came up down here. You can see just how steep that is. You end up tobogganing down on your butt, but it looks like I can follow this curve of the hillside down to there. And it looks like, no, the rope doesn't start here. The rope is actually down there somewhere, so I can go over to this tarp and down to the rope and then somehow move over that way. But yeah, what a scene of destruction here. Combination of fire, logging, and then rock slides off of that cliff. Hopefully the next rock slide waits until I get down. Definitely don't need one right now. Man, what a sight. Yeah, I guess this was all deliberate logging. There's even a helmet down there, which is a typical logger's helmet. For a guy with a chainsaw. Here's the sun shelter for the logging crew, whoever was up here. Just a tarp to keep the sun away for a little while. Midday break. What a dangerous place to put your little pup tent. And right down there is the base of the rope, so that's where I'm going next. And then I assume it's an easy shot from the rope across to here, unless there's another way to go straight down, but I don't think there is. Yeah, I didn't pack up any of my neck mounts or like shoulder harness or chest harness or anything, so I can't take video as I'm climbing, really, like hands-free. Best I can do is on this less dangerous part, I can walk along and hold the GoPro in my hand. Cannot get over this area, how beautiful it is. I suppose if you go far enough in the future, you'll discover that this has turned into a major tourism area. I mean, it's already popular with Indonesian visitors, of course, on the weekend. They all go to Ponot Waterfall, places like that, going up and down to Lake Toba. But I mean, just like this region right here itself. It seems relatively unknown. Then again, climbing up this particular hillside is not exactly a tourist attraction. Until they build a escalator, you're not going to have a lot of people up here. All right, let's see if we can make our way down here. I'm coming up with my own switchbacks and go a little bit in this direction and then a little bit back this way. Yeah, the ground is really soft because this was all be like turf that burned. So there's like all the leaves and moss and everything else down there. Now it's all been burned. It's all very spongy. So yeah, you can see the bark of the tree. Back practically all charcoal, all burned. Made it down to the bottom. No stumbling or falling, and I'm right at where they tied off this long rope onto this stump. Looks like they've got the this thicker rope and then this thinner blue twine. So exactly how they work this, like pulling things up. Yeah, I guess, you know, if they put something over that big rope, like bottles of water, for example, like drinking water, and then someone up here can grab hold of the blue twine and just pull it up to the top. That's probably how they use it. It's not strong enough for anything else. It couldn't be. I thought maybe they'd be lowering timber along this rope, but it's not strong enough for that. And it's not really rigged for that. I think it's just meant to dangle something from, and then they pull it up using that blue twine. Though I don't know if anybody's doing any work up here anymore. Yeah, definitely not going down from here. That is straight down. There's a cliff right there. Right where all of this brush is. You're not going down there. And can you imagine? Hand over hand going down that rope. Ay, ay, ay. That would be a Tom Cruise stunt. He would insist on doing it himself. But no Planet Doug stunt like that for today. And I'm going to be... This is enough of a stunt for me just to get across here now and then see whether I need to go over that ravine or whether I can go down here. But for now, yeah, I'm just heading in this direction. Off we go. Quite a sight. It's doable, but it turns out my sideways route lower down isn't quite as easy as I thought either, because I have to get through this ravine. I tried to do it ahead over there, but there's a big drop off right there. There's actually a big pile of blue twine up here. So I think for this cliff here, they had a blue twine lowered on that cliff to pull stuff up. So basically I had to come back up here and then cross this ravine. And then I think I can get up there relatively easily and then down this slope. And then that's the way I came up, actually on the other side of this slope. There's another one there. Slowly but surely, next step is to somehow get up here. Yeah, it turned out that just going straight down the slope was the best way. Heading off on a diagonal just brought me to a ravine and it didn't really come back. So yeah, I'm just going straight down. Got stung by a bee. That's my big adventure, right on my finger. Yeah, it was like a red hot poker. I don't know where it came from, but... And I'm just above the house there. I can see one of the little boys, or maybe, who knows, someone has been slowly watching me stumble my way downhill. And yeah, all these plants ahead of me are some of the peppers, green and red. Yeah, you can see a few of the red peppers dotted throughout, and then the green ones. Yeah, so all of these are pepper plants. Very cool. One last look up at the cliff and where I was, because in a few minutes, or a minute or two, I'll be down in amongst the trees again. Here's the little house. And once I get down there, the view will be covered up by the trees. So I won't be able to see back this way anymore. So one last view. Yeah, nice little hike for the morning. Yeah, you don't want to get lazy though. You feel like you're at the very bottom, so everything's fine. You made it without falling or slipping. And that's, I think, when the accidents usually happen. So this last little bit, I'm going to be extra careful. One slip and you sprain your ankle, and then your day suddenly becomes a lot more complicated. Yeah, went past that little house, said goodbye to the puppy. Yeah, the mama dog, the black one, is back up here, so this is where she lives. I was worried when I met them on the road, or on the path. Photo? I can take your video. I'm past that little house there now. The family is all down there for lunch. It's about lunchtime now. And the black dog, the mother dog, is back there too. So that's where they live. I was a little bit worried when I met the puppy on the trail that I'd separated the puppy from its mother. But this is where it lives anyway. Mom and dad are both there, and the little boy came running down after me with their smartphone. He wanted to take a picture with me, so we took some pictures together. Oh yeah, here's the rope. Comes all the way down to here. Oh yeah, and there's the blue twine. So the blue twine is, I didn't notice it my first time. Looks like it's tied off here at the bottom. And oh yeah, let's go take a look at it. It looks like, yeah, there's a pulley with a hook. And then I'm assuming the blue twine is attached to the pulley. And then they can pull supplies up to the top easily that way. Let's take a closer look. Oh yeah, very clever. So there's the pulley. Just goes up and down, and there's the blue twine. And you just hang your supplies from here. Yeah, pulley is pretty loose. And then you just pull it all the way up to there where I was. Very cool, very clever. Yeah, the rope is very taut. Almost, yeah, like a cable. Getting down into the lower parts, looking back at where I was. It's always crazy when you come down from a height and you look back at where you were and you wonder, how in the world did I get up there? And then how did I get down again? Yeah. Whew. It's also interesting to see the green pepper harvest, because I'm often in local markets and you see all the big piles of vegetables and fruits, and you're in the middle of a city and you wonder, well, where does all this stuff has to come from somewhere? And the next time you see a big pile of small green and red peppers for sale in a local market, well, that's where they come from. She gathered a big bundle of them together, and they'll probably sell them to somebody who takes them down to a market. Who knows how far they go before they're put up for sale? But yeah, this is the place where the food comes from. And walking back through all the oil palm. It just occurred to me that entire family would have crossed the river on that trolley. You pull yourself across with the rope, they would have crossed on that this morning, right? I don't know about the dogs and the puppies. I suppose they could stay out here all the time and they just bring them food and water. But think about those little kids. There's like a toddler, and that tiny toddler would have been on that rickety swaying trolley cart with no guardrails of any kind. And I kind of like that about life here in places like Sumatra and areas I've been in the Philippines, where they're not quite as dominated by the safety culture of Canada. Of course, no mother or father in Canada would let any of their kids go anywhere near a trolley like this, but here it's just day-to-day life. You just trust the kids to have common sense and hold on tight while they pull themselves across. And forget about just going across the river on that trolley. Those two little kids would have come all the way up here on this trail that I've been hiking on. I mean, the little boy would be able to handle it fine, but the toddler, practically a baby, goes all the way up this trail through the bush, climbing and climbing and climbing all the way, and then spends the whole day up there while mom and dad work in the fields. Yeah, that will toughen you up as a kid. And guess who I met on my way down? Hey? My two new buddies. And the tiny one over there, the scared one. Hey, there you are. Brown one. Yeah, nice puppies, nice puppies. Hey, all right. Oh, yeah, the tiny one is too scared. Yeah, they followed me all the way back to the trolley across the river. But this is as far as you guys go. This is for people. Oh. Yeah, can you imagine those two little kids taking this across the river? For a kid from Canada, this would be such an adventure. But for the kids here, it's just part of day-to-day life. Whew. Getting in was not easy this time. I've got my GoPro pointed ahead of me to show the first part going out into the middle of the river. Oh, one last view of the river down below me, the Asahan. Okie doodle. That is a long ways down. On both sides. Feel bad I left my puppies back behind there, but hey, that's just, it's where they live. And if my 360 camera is cooperating, thought I'd get a little bit more of 360 video. Not moving on the cart, but at least sitting on the cart and what it looks like. Feel like I'm being bitten by a bunch of ants. Something's crawling all over me and biting me. Yeah, look at this. What an amazing place. See what this cart looks like from down below, looking straight up. And up above. Being very careful not to lose control of my 360 camera, because if I drop it here, yeah, I will never ever get it back. So now it's time to pull myself the rest of the way across. Yeah, I can't imagine getting that whole family on here. 2 benches, but still. Love to see that. I'm pulling arm over arm right now, but I'm just about losing in my left arm. I can't pull it anymore, so I have to do it one at a time with both arms and my back to get me the last little section. And you can't let go now because you'll just zoom back out to the middle of the river again. Yeah, it's kind of taking all of my strength to get it this last. It feels like it came off the pulley on the other end or something. This is much more difficult than it was before. Feels like something's wonky. But anyway. Whew. Now we just have to get out without disaster striking. Oh, well, that wasn't easy. And there it goes. Oh man, that was hard. Yeah, it sort of felt like a pulley came off or something. It was much harder to pull up this last section than before. Yeah, I don't think I've forgotten anything. No. I was worried about my, at the last minute I was realizing I probably should have put my phone in my knapsack. Could have fallen out of my pocket pretty easily. Oh, well, as a final, or perhaps final adventure here, based at my Sumbur Makmur lodging. That was nice. Perfect day, perfect experience. Enjoyed every minute of that. That was so cool. Yeah, that was quite something. So I'm gonna go have lunch, and this afternoon I'll be packing up my bike because I have to start heading back towards the coast, essentially back to Tanjung Balai, because I'm catching the ferry back to Malaysia in a couple of days. So tomorrow I'm going to be riding back down out of the mountains. It's going to be sad to leave here. I'm really enjoying it up here. Yeah. So that's it for this morning. That's it for the video. Shutting down. Going to go take a cold shower and then go have lunch. So that's it. And as always, see you in the next video.